when you can't, like, obviously if you need to block like a giant attack, you're going to be slowly but surely trickling that blood debt, and in most cases you're not going to be able to get those cards out of the banish zone. And at only 20 life, almost every point of health counts. So I'm curious to see if like that additional quote unquote 8 health is enough to subsidize the blood debt you'd be getting, at the end of every single one of your turns,
Yeah. Good. So I started on OBS the stream. So could you check on my YouTube whether it's live?
You are live.
Oh, okay, cool. Because my channel isn't telling me I'm live.
Yep, I see you live right now.
No, it is.
I can hear me. I can hear you on the video. So test chat.
Oh, there you go. All right, so let's get the ball rolling. Good morning to everyone, and good evening to you, Asher Wings.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited to see some spicy old polls come out of this thing and chit chat about some Dusk Till Dawn with you.
Yeah, no problem. So this is my first dual stream. You've done a few with a few other creators over in the States.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've done quite a few. I mean, normally a lot of my streams aren't like they're not big things to the point where I'm like, oh man, it's this like super well planned out thing. I just kind of like to have buddies on and hang out and do exactly this, just kind of chill and relax with one another. So
yeah, exactly. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open a case of DTD. Hope we'll get value.
Value. Do you see everybody's pulling their freaking serialized cards now?
Yeah, I saw one was opened in Poland. I think one in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one in the States as well.
Yeah, from what I've seen, there's only been 2 prisms and a chain pulled. So
yeah, exactly that. So open the seal. Box one.
Did you also see how much they were going for?
I saw someone mention. I saw one doing a post on Facebook for it and asking 50,000 for it.
Yeah, $50,000 for that.
To be fair, that's what they're asking for it. So whether it actually goes for that is a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's up in the air. I think it's just because we know that it's already. There's only 10 of each hero. I mean, it's very rare, but I don't know. It's probably even rarer than like cold foil Findel Spring Tunics, obviously. So I think with that being the case, a lot of people are holding this at a higher priority. But $50,000. I mean, it was $50,000 or best offer. So I'm sure they're willing to take whatever comes their way. But 50K is. That's pretty crazy. If you pull something like that, what would you even do if you pulled a serialized card right now? Yeah.
I mean, definitely go mental and try to sell it.
Like, you could put a down payment on a house with selling one of those for that price. That would be selling wild. One of those for that price.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, that's probably what I do. Try to buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's see if we can buy a house.
Let's get Yama a house. Let's go.
But besides like lottery cards, what I really want from this set is the Levia Demi Hero.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really cool card.
Yeah.
And I think she has a lot going for her now.
Yeah, she definitely does. I think Levia's got. I mean, she's got absolutely a ton of support through the set, and the fact that they introduced an entirely new type of hero, it really shows that they went, all right, well, let's just try to make something viable out of her. And a lot of people are even speculating. They're speculating so much to the point where it's like, okay, um, Levi is going to be in the end of the, or she's going to like make it to top 8 of like the battle hardened Cincinnati. So
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, like this one of zeros of who we're talking about.
mhm.
There's the Stride of Darkness. This is a card I think is gonna be pretty good in common, the Rift Skitter, just because it says
Yeah.
go again.
Yeah, I like Rift Skitter a lot. It hit number 2 on my list as like one of the best rune blades. But rune gating is so like specific and commoner. It's hard for me to choose which one I really really like because like you got to think about like Phantom Banshee's poppers, but Phantom Wraith is cheaper. So
There's also a lot of reading in this set.
mhm.
Sorry that the camels down for a bit. Needed to adjust the brightness because I didn't see shit.
Yeah, no worries.
Um, this is probably also just a good levy card. 3 for 7.
Mhm.
So reprimand, solid, and oh, first gold foil.
Here you go already.
So this is the hands for the
Mhm.
grasp of darkness. A lot of very edgy names for all the shadow cards, as expected.
Absolutely.
Don't think anyone was expecting anything less.
You imagine if it was like Grasp of Sunshine or something?
No.
Yeah, did you have other specific cards you're looking for other than the Via? Or are you just looking for
Oh.
like maybe some of the Majestics or
Yeah, in terms of Majestics, I want a playset of the Chorus of Iron Song and the Starstruck.
nice? Yeah, Starstruck is
Full.
crazy, crazy cool.
It's really good. Oh, talking about good card. This is probably
Oh, the Lumina Lance, baby. That is one of the sicker light actions right there. That card's doing some work for the rest of this format, I promise you.
I think this is going to be a staple in every light deck.
Absolutely, 110% more. Yeah, I think you're going to see them more in Bolton lists than you will in Prism, but it is still very, very, very nice.
Well, in Prism it still says +2 and on hit draw cards. So
Yeah, true. But you gotta. I think the real thing is banishing 2 from Soul. I believe you banish from Soul to also get Figments. So I'm not sure where you're going to prioritize that. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if there are Figment lists, Prism like decks that exist out there because like not a lot of people are confident that the Angels are going to be like the best thing ever, and a lot of people have actually put Prism at the bottom of their like lists.
well,
Yeah, even set.
2 Majestics in a row.
There you go. It's what we like to see.
I think she's a very good hero, but not broken like Chain was.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We'll see this weekend because there's a Battle Hardened in the States, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. Cincinnati, Ohio, I believe, is where it is located right now, and so far, I think they just did. Did they just do? I'm gonna have to look it up. I think they just did day 1 today. So
and you have an
Someone-
extended art Herald of Protection.
So I'm going to be entirely honest. I love the fact that we have the heralds in their extended arts in the set, but I feel like it was a cop out, and I feel like they could have done something more. But instead, they went, "How do we fill out all these slots with cards that are for Prism?" And they go, "Oh, just add in all the extended art heralds, but non-foil, because obviously you don't want to reprint that."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because whenever they do a reprint, it's oh, well, there we go.
There you go. Look at that. You found her.
I've
We're already off to a good start, my guy. Oh my gosh. That's
so
cool.
so which side do you think is the better side?
Oh, that's a tough one. If I'm going to be honest, I think that Leviah Redeemed is the better side. Simply because your cards losing blood debt give you opportunity to just stay in the game overall, and then you're also able to, um, you know, you're able to essentially change things up and keep it moving and not have to worry about the ever increasing blood debt that exists in your banish zone. But Blasmafet also seems really, really cool because Blasmafet will trigger probably earlier than Leviah will, or than that Redeemed will, simply because you are gonna probably be taking that blood debt damage more frequently than you will have specifically 13 in your banish zone.
Yeah, is it exactly 13, 13 or more?
Oh, is it 13 or more?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, then maybe the other way works around. I think it's probably Leviah. Yeah, Redeemed is still probably your better bet, but that's also the thing, right? Is that it's you need to kind of figure out where you want to put it, right? I love the foiling in this set. Gosh.
Yeah, they've gotten even better, and we
Okay.
also found the next majestic. This
Let's go.
I think Call and the Lightning is a good card, but it's a card that came out as set too late. Because
Yeah.
this would have been very good to close out those Ultim games.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
now I think it's not worth the slot anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a lot of I don't like a lot of the new like specializations that came out for anything that wasn't light or shadow in this set. Like I feel like they just were like misplaced things. I get like from a lore perspective, I understand why they did it, but
Well,
I definitely feel like they
Bravo,
could have done something better.
yeah, I mean the Bravo and the Rinty ones, I think are the best ones
Mm-hmm.
because when played they do something you want, and when blocking they do something you want.
Mm-hmm.
Which not a lot of the other ones do, and the Ultim one is just plain garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is the before and after you see in all those stupid ads.
Yeah. the you versus the girl she told you not to worry about.
Oh, and here we have Widespread Annihilation.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Banish, yeah. Banish card from hands and forces blocks.
It's a pretty nasty box you got so far, man. Pretty good. You
Yeah,
got a lot of nice stuff in there.
I've seen a lot of people have really good pulls in this set.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a few people have like bad pulls. Like, but it definitely seems like this set is more on the value side,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
That is good.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people are excited for another Outsiders box opening situation. Outsiders is actual garbage.
Yeah, the fact that you can buy almost any of the legendaries, you can buy every single one of the legendaries in that set for under $30 is kind of ridiculous.
I mean, I'm not even talking about that, so that is a kind of a feel bad. More that your pull rates are just really bad.
Yeah, more specifically the Majestics. I mean, like, when you're talking crazy stuff. Yo, Dimensional Vortex.
I think this isn't a good card.
Plus 2 less to play. Each hero banishes a card from their arsenal. I think that's also a bad card. But...
Oh, actually, it's a really bad card because it doesn't have a pitch value.
Yeah, there's no pitch value, and it comes. You still have to pay 1 resource, right? Is that 3 or 2 up there?
Yeah, it's free. So at minimum
Yeah,
it
so
costs 1, and each. It might be something they designed for UPF.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Because especially with like the whole party thing, they've been doing more stuff for multiplayer formats.
Mm-hmm.
And they've introduced like the party keyword, or the party mechanic, I should say, in with the United We Stand.
Mm-hmm.
For we have you read their explanation for what a party is in the rules?
I haven't read specifically what a party is. I didn't know, did they come out with a rules clause specifically for it? I guess they did, right?
Yeah.
Probably just behind.
So, a party is a group of players that win or lose together.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That win or lose together. That is very interesting. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm just so curious to see, like, what they're gonna do. What, like, fun things are gonna happen with any, like, PvE, or, like, what they're doing with UPF or something of the sort.
Yeah.
That widespread ruin's sick.
Yeah, no, this is just another good card. Banish top card of their deck is less impactful than the from hand one.
Mm-hmm.
But still solid, 2 for 6.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of the widespreads have a pretty solid place in the shadow decks, but I mean, I don't know their real, like, implication, because I think a lot of it is just come in there and you're trying to deal, like, at least 2 damage, because, like, you assume that you took damage and then your opponent also took damage, so that means that they're losing at least 2 life, and then banishing or whatever that is.
Yeah. I think any of the RuneGate cards that say 2 for 6 are worth it, because you make 1 rune chant off of your Vincent hero ability, and you can make 1 off of Grasp, so any of the 2 costs are almost inconsequential with having RuneGate. While having 3 is a lot more of a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like what I'm saying, even with Commoner. Like, the Phantom Wraith is the 2-drop 6, the 2 for 6 RuneGate card, and I put that at the top of the list for Shadow Rune Blades, because I was like, this just seems like the most the easiest one to bring out and still threaten enough, right? It's still a popper. It still threatens a decent amount of damage. It's going to have to hand over anywhere between 2 to 3 cards, maybe, and a closer. And I mean, it's just good. Like, the 2 for 6s with RuneGate are good.
This one.
Yeah. Yep.
Ghost Pope.
Yeah, Ghost Pope. It's funny. Like, I remember I watched I saw a meme on Twitter that was just like, oh, the new Ghost album just dropped, and it was a picture of Phantom Wraith. And I was like, oh, it's my favorite band and my favorite card game. I love that everybody's making double memes.
Completely fair. I don't think this is a really good card.
I mean, it's...
Because I think...
It's, what is that? It's Rabble... It's Ravenous Rabble, but you banish?
Yeah. Which is fine. You banish top card of your deck, which you want to do with the shadow deck anyway.
Hmm.
My issue with it is it doesn't have go again.
Yeah.
Like if it had go again, I would be a lot more hyped for it because then it's just another extender.
Well, you could give it go again if with chain in Blitz.
Yeah, but you can do a lot more um, with it because this has the risk of becoming a zero cost to attack.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's just like the fact you got to banish. There are more efficient ways to banish than that. I'd rather just play Ravenous Rabble.
Yeah, exactly. Sick art.
Yeah, Beseech is so cool.
Yeah,
Oh, what's another art set that I really liked?
there's a lot of good art. Um, oh, what is the There's one of the, I think it's the Shadow Brute card with the where you have the millipede with the human face.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's right here. I'm looking at the list right now.
This one's also definitely Delight is also uh, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah,
Slithering Shadowpede.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one is crazy.
That looks so sick with the
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I kind of still love about this about Fab is that yeah we have characters doing insane, disgusting things. So we're gonna have blood and gore on our cards because we're in an adult card game.
Yeah, I definitely like that they're, it's not like a
Like
chore for them to do that.
like I love this. I hate this.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, this is probably also one of my favorite cards from a set.
Yeah, I was just about to bring this card up. This is also super cool.
Yeah, like having played Guardian for so long, I can really appreciate 6 for 13.
Right.
Um, the important thing to note with cards like this, with Levia, the new Levia, the cards lose blood depth. So if you have Levia redeemed and you try to play this, you kill yourself.
Yep.
Still really cool deck.
Yep, that is true. And then because where's that other thing? Isn't there oh, there's one of those cards that like lets you essentially destroy a card. Like you sack a card in your hand, it deals damage to your opposing hero. I can't remember. Somebody said something about like this being able to be put to banish to pay for a cost and have it deal the damage to a target.
Ooh, I don't know.
I'd have to remember. I feel like I heard it somewhere, but how do you feel about those cards, Yama? How do you feel about Frontline Gauntlets? You think they suck?
They are really, really, really bad.
They're really bad, right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't insane. Like,
Because
I had a whole talk with a bunch of people on the Commoner Fab, and they were like, "Oh, like I could see them having use for like, a crazy like Rhinar turn 1 thing to be able to block out that damage." And I'm like, when are you ever blocking with armor like is turn 0 to that factor, especially in Commoner? Like,
so here's the thing. Let's compare these.
right, exactly.
This says I go first, I lose four armor. This says
Mhm.
I go first, I can just do in turn. I go second, I use this when I need to. And this prevents any kind of damage.
Yeah.
Like the frontline armor set is honestly kind of a waste of the art.
Yeah, because the art's so good on Frontline Gaunt. Like all the Frontline stuff looks super, super pretty, but the cards just suck.
Yeah. Like I feel like sometimes they overvalue like keeping cards in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, if I see my opponents play frontline equipment and my hand okay, I probably just set an arsenal and just pass.
Right.
So I'm not entirely sure how fast Commoner is. I think it's pretty fast, but not in the same way Blitz is.
No, I would say you have way more threats you have to deal with in Blitz, and I feel like if you're not paying attention in Blitz, you can die super early. But if you are in Commoner, like the most you're really dealing with as far as like quickness is somebody like Dash, where if you play like Hyperdriver, Boost, Crankshaft Dash,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, cool, they're going to come in with a lot every single turn, but once they run out of gas, they're out of gas, and there's like nothing they can do about it. So
Yeah, and their deck is empty because they're doing the whole boost thing.
exactly, right? So at that point, it's not like too bad of a deal there.
No, okay. Right, on to box 2.
Alrighty, box 2. Let's get you a Marvel out of that bad boy.
I don't even know everything that comes into Marvel. Like all the angels are Marvels.
Yes, all angels are Marvels, and Levia is a Marvel.
Nasraf, the new demon lord.
Oh yes, Nazareth, yeah.
Honestly, I think I'd rather have Nasraf than the angels.
Yeah. I mean, if you're already looking to do some fun shadow stuff.
Also, because a lot of the angels are just kind of mid.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, like I'm sure there are ways for the angels to genuinely be okay, especially with the stuff that you find in Monarch too. I mean, like I'm sure there are ways in which you can find value in the angels, but like you have to go through so many hoops just to get a figment and then awaken said figment, and then after that you have to hope that you don't take any damage, because if you do, you just lose your angel.
Yeah.
So
Because we have a comparison with the old Soraya and the new Soraya. Like old Soraya is pay to play it, pay to attack with it.
mm-hmm.
All just very solid. So it's gonna be funny that you can play like what is it? This has 9 angels plus then the Soraya.
There you go.
Honestly, also just a good card because it's not very exciting, but it probably just replaces like Weave Earth in Briar decks.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like if you double block with these and you have a bottom of Earth in play, you block for I think they came out at 10. Yeah, 10. You block for 10 with 2 cards.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because each of those make a new embodiment, so that's 2. You start with 1 that's 3. So each of those gets plus 3. Like, cards like these feel like this should have been in a draft set.
I'm a little bit more okay with the Searing Ray. I'm not so much okay with the ones that have specifically something to do with shadow or light.
Yeah.
And that's just because, like, those are so specific, whereas, like, in a light deck, you probably are running yellows. Like, it's just, like, a matter of time. But in any other time, you're not guaranteed to be fighting a shadow hero. And so you lose out on that value.
Yeah, or at least have it be like, oh, do thing kinda worth the pitch, and if you're playing against a shadow or light hero, it becomes a good card.
Right, exactly.
I think. Oh, here, Poison Well, Kugane's card.
Poison the well.
I don't think this is a good card, especially with Fatigue Oldham gone.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we saw. I saw somebody. Who did I watch earlier? I watched somebody in regards to like it was something like I can't remember Yoji from Blitz. They were just like, oh, you can't play like defensive Yoji now. Like it's just they'll be able to heal or they'll be able to take that damage instead of heal.
I mean, is that even true? Like
I mean,
you're
and probably not, but
because the opponent playing against you, he still needs to play Poison the Well in their deck. And to be fair, sideboarding in Blitz, or having Blitz have the same rules like CC in terms of deck building, but just smaller size, I think is a good thing. Simply because it allows you to do stuff like that. Oh, there's a few people playing Yoji in my area. That's really annoying. Oh, cool. I'll play Poison the Well.
right.
And hope it works. Or, hey, my deck, I've got a 40 card deck. It works pretty well, like Kisai or something. But I keep losing to, like, Illusionists because I can't deal with the Heralds. Alright, I'll throw in some drones.
Yeah, I think sideboarding is important. I mean, like every TCG pretty much allows you to do some kind of sideboarding, depending on like the deck you're going against. Although it's kind of something I liked about Blitz was that like you just kind of like had to super optimize your deck to be ready for anything, as opposed to it like being just kind of like okay and then adding in like 11 to 12 cards to change it up for certain matchups.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with the fact that they're adding a sideboard. I think that's going to continue to just change up the meta and really give people an opportunity to see, you know, the new ways that each one can play. But I think, like you even said in our Discord, it's like you're just going to be adding in D-Reacts and Oasis Respites and things that, like, are small little niche stuff, and then, you know, moving on from there. So,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did with in the army this week. I just put in. I had 4 extra slots. I just put into Oasis Respites into 6 attacks.
yeah.
Because I was already running the Sink Below. But I did see people mention it and also tried, like, for stuff like Dash, like, cool, we'll just go aggro, pure aggro, and just run, like, 47 cards.
Right.
Which I think seems like a really innocuous thing to do, like, just add more cards, but with how close Dash games usually are if you go full aggro, it's not even like a bad idea, because your Visitronic Helmet and your Achilles Accelerator already have free AB, so you don't even need to slot in for that.
Exactly.
Backing light. I think a lot of the Bolton Majestics are not doing it.
Yeah, there's not too much that really like changed that. I think the one thing that changed Bolton that did really well, Iron Song Versus is a pretty good card. Pretty much anything that gives him an additional like courage token,
Yeah,
is really big. His Soul Flare stuff is pretty good, but like again, I think that's more like a oddly situational thing.
yeah. Also,
Narratively.
something I noticed when opening this set was a lot of the new Light Warrior cards say charged this way,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really annoying.
Yeah, it's like because you have to specifically charge it while using that card. It's not a if you charged this turn kind of deal.
Yeah. I think this is a very good card.
I like this. I like it a lot. I mean, for one, it's cool because think we're certain that's Viscerai on that art.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah, I think that's Viscerai, and obviously anything Viscerai is super cool.
Yeah, because it also seems like the Nebula Blade with the hammer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can even look. I don't know if you've seen like the high def image, but he's kind of got that same purple glowy mask and stuff. So I'm almost certain. But Runic Reckoning is definitely a very, very good Runeblade card. Definitely a hit. What was that? Oh shoot! What was that other card that Viscerai got that was like nuts as heck?
Forgot the name, but it is a cost reduction for your next attack with how many chance you have.
Oh, Bequest the Vast Beyond. Yeah. Bequeast the Vast Beyond?
We'll see. Hopefully I'll pull it and then
I think it's Bequest, because I think it's like a journey into the... hold on, you know what? What do I have the internet for anyway? I can just look it up.
that probably makes more sense.
Yeah, Bequest is how you say it. And it is described as the action of bequeathing something or a legacy.
Oh, okay.
Kind of fun.
Wait.
But
Oh, I peeked.
Oh, you peeked. What do we get? What do we get?
Ooh, okay.
Oh my gosh, let's go. Cold foil extended art, baby.
Easy case.
Oh my gosh, easy case. You made your money back and then some. This is nuts. Woo. Dang, I'm sweating. I'm gonna go buy a box tomorrow, I think.
Because how much are boxes in your area?
I think they're going for about 85. Let me see here.
That's 85 pre-tax. Right?
No, I think it's... Hold on, let me just see what min-max is selling for, and I think that's generally what they're going for. Min-max... Oh, not that. Dusk till dawn. Yeah, no, it is before tax, yeah. So they're selling... Min-max is selling theirs for $87, $88 before tax. So probably around like 95-ish afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, like they're usually around €100 here.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, got another Bolton Majestic. What does it do?
Yeah.
Charge, your card gets charged. Whenever an attack action card hits this chain, the courage. Cool, that's probably for in the binder.
Yeah, it's actually not like a terrible one because it means that it's kind of like Chilling Ice Vein, but for Bolton cards, like you get like a courage token for each one. But again, like I don't think a lot of the cards that Bolton got in this were like game changing, right? Like Levia got obviously the nastiest card in this whole set, and like that was an incredible buff to her and her abilities, and Bolton just kind of got shafted for what it's worth, but
comparatively, yes. Like there's definitely stuff in this set that's an upgrade for him and is better. Like the generic warrior equipment that makes a courage weapon is good because it means like if you go like take flight into Raiden with the compass activated, you can keep going because then you always have the +1 for your next weapon attack or attack card. But that's a legendary equipment that's doing that. In terms of hey, Blood Moon.
There you go. Blood Moon.
I think this is actually a good card. It's kind of
yeah.
It's kind of it looks not insane, but the fact you can play it as instant to make a rune enchant is good enough.
Exactly. And like even if you like even if you have to end your turn with it, like it's still a 0 cost rune chant. Like it costs you a card, but like that card then deducts the cost of something that is going to be rune gated out of banished, and that's pretty huge.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably the precise way you have to see it. Because it says if a hero has lost life, and what
Yeah.
does Vincent do? Kill herself.
Yep.
So, and we were talking about a bit earlier that the the free cost cards were a lot more difficult to do. Well, this sets up your free cost cards, and if you're and you can easily keep it in your banish zone for like a turn or two, just to set up a very solid turn.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's kind of it, right? Like it's there in case you need it kind of deal. So if you're like, oh, okay, cool, I know I'll be able to make, I'll be able to play, read the runes, and then also, oh shit, oh my god,
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing with the whole face cards.
Yeah, you get to see them in the back. But hey, that's cool. Maybe you have another one back there. You don't know. You have a cold foil back there too.
Yep. Right, I think this
Wouldn't
is
that?
one of the cooler cards in my opinion for the
Yeah.
The cold foil looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
With this
Have you seen
this
what's the other one?
like a lot of the Figment text feels really mad. Like, oh, this is something I would have liked to see on like a 1 cost or 2 cost card.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for 4, like that's kind of ridiculous because, like, obviously, I don't think you're looking to cheat the figments out because,
Yes.
like, paying 4 for that is just like ridiculous. You're not going to be doing that. But having it be able to enter the arena at instant speed in most cases, to then give something dominate, you could easily have them go in and I mean, like even with tenacity coming in and giving something dominate, that's cool. But I think again, illusionist has a lot of popper nonsense to deal with, and now that Levia's back in the mix and Bravo is now getting a little bit more like up there, you're just going to have to deal with more and more poppers, and it's just now you can't do anything with those passing mirages or whatever. Like Luminaris is no longer a thing, so I don't know how people are planning to kind of get around that. I think that's why, if I recall correctly, I think Michael Hamilton even put like New Prism at the bottom of the barrel for
That's
meta.
somewhat fair. I think you need to look at New Prism not in a aggro deck. Like everyone, I think a lot of Americans look at cards and mainly look at them in an aggro kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I think New Prism has a very solid Iris of Reality control built in her, where you just try to outvalue opponents and stuff. I don't think the Angels do that because they have wards, but the auras still do that. Yeah, because if the auras are on the table, play Irons of Reality, cool. I have a blue focus deck, I'll just pitch blue, attack for 4, and play more value cards like, sure, and I'll pitch a blue, attack for 4, go again, play Illuminate. It's not very like flashy, but it's a 2 cards. It's a turn where you attack for 8 off of 2 cards.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's where a lot of people have been looking towards, because obviously people are looking at Luminaris Celestial Fury and they're like, wow, that card's bad, and they like don't want to be able to like have to pay a 2 cost to then attack with an angel to give it go again, and then also pay 2 more to attack with said angel or even with said herald if you don't have a 1-drop herald.
Yeah.
So at that point you're wasting 2 cards for what is that, like 4, maybe more than that. Like it's just not a ton of reward, I guess, out of it. But Iris of Reality still allows you to cheat in these figments
Yeah.
and still utilize them as 3-attack go agains because like or 4-attack go agains. Sorry, I think right. So
Yeah. Yeah. What I think they were looking at is like the optimal turn of events is attack with Wartune Herald Red. Give it go again.
mhm.
It hits. Goes into Soul. New Prism gets a Figment. Empyrean Rapture makes Awakening the Figment free.
Yep.
And then attack with the Angel. That's not bad, but it's like a large series of events that costing. You're paying for the Wartune Herald. You're paying for the go again. That's already 3 to 4 pitch and an attack. So that's 2 to 3 cards you're already spending. And you need a 4th card to attack with the Angel, or you need to have 2 blues in hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and I think if honestly, I think that the idea behind them is cool. I wish there was just a way for them to not have ward because, like, I cannot imagine going against a Katsu or like a Kadachi Fi, and then having them go Kadachi for 1, and then literally destroying an angel with a tiny little dagger. Like, I think that's just insane. Because, like, where in your right mind are you going to block out a Kadachi ever?
Oh.
Like, unless you're, like, at the end of the game, you know? So...
I mean, it's even worse, because Vincent says you make a rune chant, and it can't be prevented. That means...
Exactly.
All your angels, everything just dies.
Now, actually, I'm curious.
Yes.
So if it can't be prevented, does that mean ward doesn't pop?
Good. That's a good question. So I'll explain how that interaction works, because it was explained when Shukos came out. Meanwhile, Box 3 called down the lightning.
Wow, call down lightning again.
So
nice.
Everything that has a triggered ability to prevent damage goes on the stack. So when say you're getting attacked by Katsu with a Kodachi for 1, all your effects, all your triggered abilities that prevent damage automatically go on the stack and resolve in the order you want them to. So say you have 2 Spectral Shields and a Angel with Ward 4, I'm only getting attack for 1, damage goes through, cool. All of these goes on the stack. I'll put the Spectral Shields as the top of the stack, so those get destroyed first. But because they automatically go on the stack, when there's an effect that prevents damage, it goes through all of the layers, one by one, and says, so for example with the Vincent Rune Chant, I deal 1, can't be prevented. Spectral Shield says, destroy to prevent 1, can't be prevented. Go to the next one. Get destroyed, try to prevent 1, can't. And it goes through the entire stack of cards with trade abilities and destroys all of them.
Wow, really? So even if you had like 5 Spectral Shields and you only had 1 Rune Chant coming in you from Vincent, all 5 would be destroyed?
Yep.
That's kind of busted. That's... wow. Man. That's... I wonder if that's going to be eroded sometime soon, because I feel like that wasn't like an intentional thing.
No, it is, because they made the ruling when Shukas came out from Uprising. So that's also how it worked. It was like, okay, I'll attack with a Phoenix Flame for 2, 1 from itself, 1 from Shuko. Oh, you can't block, and all you've got is Spectral Shields. All right, cool, they're all gone.
Wow, that's nuts. Well,
Yeah, and that's also the reason why um, whoever it was you just said put Prism on the bottom of the barrel.
Michael Hamilton, yeah,
Michael,
because of
okay,
that specific thing.
because that interaction makes like a focused angel deck um, impossible to play
Oh,
competitively.
super bad. Because like every ninja's running Tiger Stripe almost, and obviously you have Vincent, which gives you an unpreventable rune champ. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know why.
This is also really good art.
Oh, cleansing light. Heck yeah,
Yeah,
I love that. I love that art on that card.
I think this is also not a bad card because I think
Yeah,
the red cards aren't good enough because the only red aura you want to pop is the God, what's the
burn them all.
burn them all. I keep forgetting the exact name. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's a free aura, so you're somewhat losing value on that because this costs free.
Mm-hmm.
But this trades really well for every uh, prism aura, and the blue ones are good value in trading into Icelander.
Yeah, true. With like the um, cross hexes and such.
Yeah, because I put it away. Is it any aura?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any aura. So that's also a way to remove frost hexes, because that's usually
That's sick.
a problem is getting rid of the frost hex, because there are very few things that do that. That's why people are playing the Warhorn.
Mm-hmm.
Siege, Phantom Wraith. Oh, a second Lumina Lance. That's really good.
There you go. One more off from a playset. What is, if I were to choose like my favorite art from the set? Hmm. There are quite a few that are pretty cool. I think, let me see. I have to look through a lot of these. I really like how the Diatic Carapace, the Runeblade chess piece looks.
Yeah, the extended art looks really good.
Super good.
I also think that equipment piece is a lot better than people give it credit for.
Yeah, I know initially a lot of people were just like, oh, Arcane Barrier 2 and Temper, like, this is garbage. But, I mean, in most cases, what are you running otherwise? Like, you're running Tunic for extra armor or extra resources?
I
Maybe?
I, I,
Like,
I keep doing this. I keep
ooh, you're showing it off! You got a good one in there, too.
Figment of Erudition. So first we have Lost in Thought.
Oh, we got the Marvel. Let's go!
Then, God, look at
That
it.
Marvel's probably one of my favorites. That one is a gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Just flip that bad boy over. Can't wait.
Before it gets
I
the
can't wait.
Oh man. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's such a insanely beautiful. It's just the colors pop so incredibly well. I'm so mad I have to collect another set of Marvels. Like I literally was just like, "Oh, I can't wait to finish collecting the dragons." And now I'm here like, God, I gotta get these angels too.
Yeah.
Goodness
The
gracious.
dragons are a lot easier to collect because, except for the Marvel ones, they're like
Right.
a tenner or 20 euros. Currently, they're probably a bit up now with uprising.
With Dromai being like popular. Like a lot of people are like picking them up, right? So
Drummer was always kind of popular for like non art related reasons.
Mhm.
But she became competitively good. I don't know if she's still good. I think the Bullseye Braces getting banned makes her better into Lexi, because it means one less endless arrow coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I saw like a tier list a little bit ago that didn't put Dramai as high. Probably, the Michael Hamilton, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he put it high, but I know Roger did not.
Oh, might
So
be Roger then, because I think so. I saw someone put out a tier list of the heroes, and it didn't have Dramai. It has Lexius, the deck to beat on S tier, which I think is completely fair because
yeah.
the deck is still really, really good.
Did you see what that Empyrean Rapture is going for right now?
No.
That Empyrean Rapture is going for $250 right now.
Makes sense because it's an extended art
That's
gold foil. I think
insane.
I think it's gonna drop a lot because now it's release weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's an extended art, but uh, the less it gets played, the cheaper it'll get. So I don't think I'll try to flip it now and buy it back later because I don't have the attention span and time to deal with that. Also now I got it back fresh, so it's still neat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, at least give yourself some time to adore them while you have them, right?
Yeah. Another hurricane.
Another vortex. Now I think the only reason I think this is a cool card is because it isn't like a this has to hit or like this has to do. It's literally just like, do you have an arsenal? Banish it. Like
Yeah.
the problem with this being though is the fact that
This is empty.
each hero banishes. Yeah, if it's empty, you're doing nothing, and and also like yeah, the fact it doesn't pitch, it doesn't block, and if your opponent only, even if you're going against a Lexi, who would have 2 cards in their arsenal, they still just get to choose 1. You banish a card as opposed, right?
So you're from the States. I don't know if you're in like tornado or hurricane. Is this a tornado or is this a hurricane?
I would say that is more so a tornado than a hurricane.
Okay.
If I were to call that a natural disaster, I would definitely call that a tornado. But in reality, hurricanes and tornadoes kind of sometimes go hand in hand. A hurricane is just like a really big tornado that almost just doesn't touch down to the ground, but sometimes hurricanes create tornadoes. So, in a way, it's an interesting thing, the weather, you know?
Yeah. I think this is one of the most printed tokens. No, Seismic Surge is the most printed token by now.
Mm-hmm.
But like Quicken is on so few cards compared to how often the token has gotten printed.
Right. And which card gives Quicken again? That's Dory?
In this set,
No.
there's a
Yeah.
there's a banneret that gives a Quicken token.
Oh, it's a banneret. I was wondering because I was like, I know a lot of the tokens are in here because of the specializations that came out, but couldn't remember if.
I feel like every time I had a hit, I probably have with this box free. I probably should have been paying attention more. It's that it's in the last slot.
Yeah, it had. Well, I think so. Yeah, well, that Archangel was, or that Soraya was the second to last, I think.
No, because it's the Marv. Yeah, it was the second to last. So the Marvels aren't per se in the foil slots. That's also neat to know.
Correct. Yeah.
I think this is this is something that should have been on more cards.
Yeah, Eloquence? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think that card's going to really, really help Runeblades do pretty nasty stuff, so...
Yeah, but Runeblade only get it from the... Oh, holy fuck.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Wow. Wow.
Isn't this isn't
Wow.
this like the rarest Marvel to get, or one of the rarest?
I don't honestly... Well, I
The
think
fuck is
Leviah
this
is the
case?
rarest. Currently, the Nazareth Soul Harrower Marvel is going for 87 US dollars. The most expensive and rarest Marvel as of right now is Leviah in her Marvel version. So,
Right. Okay. That's fair. There's a lot of Leviah hype for good reasons.
right.
Also,
But hey,
also,
I mean,
I-
it's sick.
yeah, this is two Marvels, an extended art called Full Legendary and a regular Legendary, and we still got a box to go.
Right.
Nope, not a high. Really happy with that. I think
There you go.
these are probably gonna be some very cheap to pick up because I think a lot of people are not that big on these cars.
Hmm.
But still, everything that says 6 attack for 13 sounds good to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff you're gonna see, especially in that Majestic slot, is gonna be cards that people just genuinely are not gonna know
Okay,
what to do with.
What the fuck?
Dang, Louise! Save some spice for the rest of us, my man.
I don't know where to put all these.
Put them in the mailbox and send them to me. I'll have a place I could put them. Dang, you've at least
Lefty,
you definitely have made your case back
Yeah.
for sure. Wow, double Empyrean. Wow, that's cool.
I still haven't found the quote quote from this box yet, I think.
Oh,
Because first box was the Grasp, then the Empyrean. Yeah. Yeah, and, and these two Marvels from a box.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What's been
Nice.
I've got a Blitz event in the afternoon. Maybe I should build a Finset deck.
I mean, why not? You got a lot of that stuff over there now.
Yeah. Or I should play Levia, having the Levia Legendary.
Yeah, you can always give that a shot. See how that works out. My goodness, this is a really nice case, man. It's really good.
Yeah, funny thing is, I haven't seen any. Oh, not a Majestic. Any of the.
Nice.
I was gonna say non. Lighter Shadow, but I got a bunch of the Briar and Lex ones. I'm out of inner sleeves.
Out of inner sleeves, you got all the spice.
I've got this. Can we use Iron Sleeves?
There you go. It'll do. Nice.
What is
That's
the-
where they should go.
What does this actually say? Banish from your hand, draw a card for each card. So should replace itself.
Yeah, I think they were calling this the Blue Blood Rush Bellows.
No, right? Because you only banish one card. So it's a +1.
You banish your hand, you draw a card for each card with Blood Debt banished this way. So you
hand.
banish.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, you banish 2.
I completely read over the fact it says hand.
Yeah, the hand. Yeah, banish your entire hand. So theoretically, you could even have this in Arsenal, play it, pitch, play, pay, drop 3 cards and then draw 3.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And it's a blue block 3. Everything that
Oh, yeah.
every freaking guy wants, so.
I think this is the worst banneret. Because this one only... Because this only works with the legendary equipment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the bannerets are pretty bad.
Probably the only good ones are the one that says make a quicken token and the one that says make a courage token. Because in both those basically do the exact same thing. This is the last pack. Did I miss a... I don't think I missed a cold fall, so probably one of the massive hits is instead of the cold fall. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I think they made it so this one it's like 1 out of X packs. It's not like 1 per box like I think they did with Uprising.
Well, it's always been like on average 1 per box.
Yeah.
So with Outsiders, I've definitely had way too many boxes with none.
Yeah.
Right, last box. Like what the hell? I think at this point I would just be happy getting Chorus of Iron Song and Starstrucks.
Yeah, right?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. And we've got a triple legendary double Marvel case thus far, with still a box to go.
Yeah, that's pretty insane, not gonna lie. I bet you get another one. I bet you get that Didic Carapace out of this one.
That would also be cool. I'm not sure if I...
Or the helmet. Or the Brute helmet. The Intimidate one or whatever.
Yeah, that would also be cool. I think that's also one that people aren't giving enough credit to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Intimidate doesn't sound very exciting in your opponent's turn, but you're taking a card away, and a random card at that.
Mm-hmm. Block 2 and Intimidate, like, that's a pretty good tempo turner right there, so.
This is also a card I think is pretty good multi-line.
Mm-hmm. It's good against Lexi.
It's good against Vincent as well, because Vincent will probably run out of Artivore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a blue, so you can pitch it for chance.
It also says prevent the next 3 damage, right?
Yeah, block 2, prevent 3. Oh, also, important note, this is how Oldham works, so it doesn't have to be one chunk of 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt to you.
Yeah. So it's very good against white decks, and good against decks that want to draw a few cards and then go big. Like Briar plays Tome of Harvest, that turns it on.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in Blitz, if you're playing against Valda or Grimoire. Against Valda, Valda wants to play the Sift to make the chance. Surges, I mean. So that also turns it on, and then you have a very efficient block. So it's a good card, but you need to be able to play it at the specific moments it's good.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it in Arsenal, of course, but that might take a bit too long in some games.
Ooh, man.
I think
Ooh.
dig up dinner, run cards, and yeah, this is. I think this is just a good card.
Yeah.
Especially since with oh, that bottom looks smudgy.
It does look a little smudgy, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like a print line through it or something.
yeah. I think this is really good for Levy as well, because like if you have 5 cards in your banish zone, um, put 3 of your attacks back in, keep one
Mm.
1/6. This goes into graveyard, and then you're doing your turns a lot more efficient.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a nice way to gain 3 life. It's a nice way to recycle your deck, and it's got go again.
Oh
So
wait, it's random cards. You don't control that.
yeah.
That's the second card I failed to read. I don't think. Yeah. I've seen a lot of the Vile Inquisition. I don't think it's good. Actually, is it an instant? That's an action. If it was an instant, it would be pretty cool against like Azalea. Oh, you put your stuff back on top of deck. Yeah, now I'll
Mhm.
banish it. Right away. Oh, another Bolton Majestic. I think Bolton is probably the hero I've got the most Majestics for, and I'm the least interested in building.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I think Bolton, while Bolton didn't get anything insane, I do personally believe that a lot of people are going to start playing Bolton more now with the support, and not from like I'm expecting to be top tables, but it is really going to throw off a lot of players who do not know how Bolton works, and that's
Oh yeah,
that seems to be like the big win for Bolton is when nobody knows how Bolton works.
yeah, exactly. You always have a leg up if you're playing against people that have no clue what you're doing.
Right.
And that Bolton did get support in his set, but it's not the support he wanted.
No, no, I don't think so. I think Iron
Like,
Song Versus isn't terrible. It's not a terrible one, but I'm not sure how many people are using it over uh bracers, but
oh, Shiana specialization.
there you go.
Yes, I think this is a silly good card.
Mm-hmm.
I think you always run the new the Iron Song versus for Bolton
Yeah.
because it makes the courage token so you can keep going on your turns. Like
Yeah.
the braces is good, um, but the versus just does what the deck needs.
Yeah. Getting you the token is pretty huge comparatively. But to be fair, you do have to hit specifically with a sword attack.
Yeah. So Raiden, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we are.
There it is.
If this isn't the stuff of nightmares, I don't know what is.
That card it's so creepy.
Yeah. It's also 1 for 6, so that's all thumbs up for me.
Mm-hmm. 1 for 6 doesn't block, obviously. I mean, I don't think if it had a block value, it'd be way too powerful. That's good.
Well, there's a 1 for 7 in this set that banishes a card from hand with block value.
Yeah, that's Shade and Scream. It's a common.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's ridiculous. Or Shade and Swing. Shade and Swing. Shade and Swing is so good that it hit #1 for my Shadow Brute Commons list because that's just insane. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
No reason that needs to be as powerful as it is at a common level.
This, not a lot coming from this box.
Yeah, it looks like you had all your spice in your first two, and that's kind of slowing down a little bit.
Well, no, we've already hit a few Majestics, so...
We'll get it in close.
I've been desensitized by all this.
Yeah, right. Now it's like, oh my god, all these Majestics. Who needs them?
Oh yeah, this one, Shade and Swing. Yeah, insane.
Yep, Shade and Swing. So good.
Oh, well, there's the gold for this box.
Nice.
This.
There you go. God, that looks so good. Oh, that looks so good.
Really? It looks really weird. It looks like
Oh.
a photo negative.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that looks so cool. Oh man, I have yet to see one of those on camera. Oh gosh, that is just. Oh well, I'm gonna buy a playset of that.
Yeah,
everyone.
I think that's gonna only cost you like $5.
Yeah, exactly. $5 for 4 cold foils? Are you kidding me? I'm out. I'm about it.
To be fair, I think once if Cardmarket gets more events, they'll probably become more expensive because they're really good for Cardmarket, I think.
I mean, they're just the only thing that makes this different compared to the of Darkness set is that no blood debt, but the only thing you need to have is a card and soul. So.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of a steep price.
Yeah, it definitely is a steep price. I think it's like if you're able to like shove a whole bunch of cards into Soul in Commoner, then like it might be a little okay.
There we go. Foil star.
Man, there it is. You're pulling everything you want.
I'm reacting a lot more excited for this card than I should be compared to all the other cards I pulled. Yeah.
And you got another Majestic in there too.
Yeah, Warmonger's Diplomacy. I think this is a card I wish it cost 2, but it had to go again.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be really good in Icelander.
Yeah, I did hear that's something people are looking to tech in for Icelander.
Yeah.
I don't know. Icelander's like not. I feel like she's nowhere near as like a threatening force as she was previously, but.
I mean, Lexi just goes way too fast.
And
now you've got Vincent, which will also probably go fast. Well, Vincent is a lot harder to say because Vincent doesn't have the card draw capabilities that Lexi has with 3 of a kind. Full Ritz Scripter, that's neat. And that's the playset of Widespread Annihilation.
There you go, look at that.
Alright, I got Nastra, I got this. I probably should just make a Vincent.
Yeah, just play Vincent. Yep, play Vincent at your Blitz event.
budget steerings. This is also just good. Create a rune chant. Next card your rune gate. Plus 4.
Yeah, Enveloping Darkness is something you should be running in the set for sure.
Shading Scream is also probably you should be running.
Yeah, I would certainly say so. I would certainly say that that is a big win there. Blocks for 3, plays for 0.
Because like we have the where is it? Skitterbeat. Yeah, sliding. Because if it was banished from your hand this turn, played from your banish zone, so this costs 0. But if you have like a buff that you can pay for to filter your hand, this is just 11. Or like if you've I don't know, something else like Awakening Bellow to pitch for, play this, banish your last card in hand, which is Slithering Shadow Pete, have to pitch over, attack for like 14. Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that certainly is a nice combo, especially like +5 is a lot.
Yeah.
+5 is a lot to add on there for 0. Like that's Value Town, baby.
Goddamn. That's the unfortunate thing with opening the pack like that.
Yep, you just get to know exactly what you're looking at, but you could still have a cold foil in here or a legendary.
Budget strings. I think this is too expensive. So like if you compare
Putrid?
this, yeah, because if you compare this like with the I already forgot the name, the card we just had. That's a 0 for +5.
Shade and Scream.
Shade and Scream. That's 0 for +5. Sure, it banishes, but there are ways to take advantage of that. Costing 3 and not making the rune chant is a lot, because we just had the card that's 0 make a rune, or 1 make a rune chant. Next card your rune gate gets plus how much? Plus 3.
3, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yep, that's definitely more upside.
Like some of the art in this set, like stuff like this, reminds me a lot of Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition.
Yeah, some of the much older D&D stuff.
Don't say it like that. Make me. I also just really like the art of this one.
I think my favorite. I still think honestly my favorite Figment is definitely got to be Figment of Judgment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Figment of Judgment or Figment of Ravages. I think those two are my top picks. I like Soraya, but I don't think it's my favorite.
Alright, last pack. We don't have a double face card. We already saw a cold foil this box.
Right. Let's see what we get. Here comes the legendary.
No, Cleansing Lights. And no Majestic. Alright, so no last pack magic. Still.
Still, that's a pretty successful case, I would say.
Yeah, this is a really... So this is all Majestics.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So...
Oh, it's not all Majestics, right? I think you also have the Angels in there. Not the Angels. Yeah, the Heralds. Senator Heralds.
Yeah, the Senators. So let's see. And the random cold foils. Should I brew the Shadow Blade? Do like this.
Definitely a lot of. The fact you got 2 Lumina lands is crazy. A solid pickup. That is quite a bit of Majestics, I gotta say.
Yeah. So it definitely looks like... Yeah, the biggest pile definitely has been my roommate pile. Because we've got
Yeah.
the Vin set. We should have a. Oh no, I don't have a play set of the Widespread Annihilation. But even better if I'm gonna play Blitz. We got 2 Annihilation and 2 Ruin. We also got the book. Uh, Moon. Yeah, I think. And this was the. Yeah, so for Blitz, playset of. Oh, a bit lower. Playset of the. Of this one. Blitz playset of the Ruin. You only need 1 Oblivion because it's the legendary. Uh, this one's just good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Funeral Moon. Yeah, this is also just sold. Right,
Yeah,
did
I
this
think in this case you got a pretty good amount of a solid Vincent start there.
yeah, the generic shadow cards are really disappointing.
Yeah.
I, I, I think Vincent is strong. I think Chain is strong, but I still think they should have had to go again.
Yeah.
Right. Not a lot of brute cards, but we did get double Hydra and 1 each of these. So the Blood Dripping Frenzy, which is probably
Card's gonna go for a lot.
yeah.
There's no way Blood Dripping Frenzy is
It,
not played in Levio decks.
no, absolutely. Like, and it's somewhat modular. Like you can pick and choose how many cards you keep.
Mm-hmm.
Because like this in Arsenal, 4 cards in hand. You're like, okay, I've got a lot of pitch in this hand. All right, I'll pitch a red, pitch a blue, so I'll always have 2 floating. Or if you've got like, all right, I still have a good amount of pitch in deck, or I've got a tunic up or whatever. Just pitch a blue and go to the races.
Right.
I think this is also pretty good. The thing is, this is a good card. This is a good card, but these aren't attacks, so I think that's definitely something people need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just I think this is a good card, the Slinging Shadow Pete, but this is probably like mid compared to like these blue ones.
Yeah. I mean, like a 1 for 6 isn't terrible, but
You can do really good combo turns with this, where you attack for
yeah.
a good amount, but then like attacking for 14 nowadays isn't as exciting as it used to be, because then you got because Lexi can because there are enough decks that go like for 26 or more. But oh well. Also, shame it says from hand. I think if it was banished, just in general, this turn, it would have been a lot better because then you could have, off of single blue, you could have done Dread Screamer into this. So it's 12 for 2 card hand.
Well, you could do a fun little thing where, like, if you have Slithering and like Shade and Swing and Scab Skins, you could Scab. Say you get 2 action points, you can pitch a blue for Shade and Swing, and then have Shade and Swing banish the 1 card from your hand, being Slithering Shadowpede, and then you can then play Slithering Shadowpede for your next.
Oh yeah, good point. That's also a really good way to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, essentially it's like focusing it, like making sure it's the last card in your hand
Yeah.
to be banished by Levia's like banished from hand effects. To let it play at its best cost. So
I said I got a lot of Bolton cards, but apparently I only got 3. So
yeah, right. Not a whole ton, I would think. So
no, so they kind of feel like 3 too many.
mm-hmm.
Double Illumina is really good though. Like I could just play like the Bolton Saber deck or whatever today, and just put these in.
Yeah.
I think Prism Majestic is all angels. that's fine. So let's just have a quick peek for these. So uh, this is fine, but I don't think it's gonna see play. The Ever or Spring are definitely gonna see play. Okay, extended art, extended art. Lost in Thought is, I think, really good.
Oh, it's really good. I think it's really good, but
I think this is gonna see a lot of play in Drum High.
absolutely a red one cost with Go Again that lets me take a popper out of their hand. I'd take that all day, every day.
Yeah,
That's a win.
and worst case scenario, you look at your opponent's hands and you just ruin their entire turn. Oh, you got a single blue?
Right.
Yeah, now you don't.
Yep.
Top the line, extended arts. 2 spin is fine. Really happy with this. Getting foil. Stupid smug bastard.
I think it's really, really cool that you got everything that you wanted out of this case. You got Levia, you got Starstruck,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, no,
got the Narseth Narvel.
yeah, it's a really good case. Nothing to complain about. Like, sure, I would have been really happy to get the Starstruck playset and the Chorus playset, but it's whatever. I don't think Chorus is going to be really expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to open another case anyway, so I'll. The Majestics will be fine. I'll get there eventually, but getting these Marvels and Legendaries is more a big deal because I think you might have it still. What are the most expensive Legendaries in the set currently?
The most expensive, currently the most expensive legendary. Are you talking like with the extended art or no?
No, like the Rainbow Foil versions or the non-foil in Levia's case.
Currently the most expensive version is looks like it's either Iron Song Versus is the strongest right now, or is the the most expensive at like $65.
Yeah, yeah. So I got
Um,
so getting the legendaries is gonna be fine. Like if that's the most expensive Rainbow Foil legendary, I'll probably just have to slap down like 100 bucks to get the last few I need after the other case.
yeah, they're really cheap comparatively. Like even Empyrean Rapture right now, just the regular rainbow foil version is going for $60, and that's much lower than I expected this card to go for. So
I I think this way is probably the the best way for the game. So so I've got these. So I've got them here. So this is a good example. So this being $60 is fine. It's a bit expensive for like people to get into, but it's not a massive amount. And it's a card that's equipment. It's always in play. So if you build your deck around it, it always does its thing. And this being 260, uh, extended art, cold foil, the the most luxurious version of the card is fine because we've got two different versions uh, for two different kind of players.
absolutely, absolutely, that's correct. You know what? You want to hear something crazy though?
Tell me,
Crown of Providence, the reprint is $75 on
wow,
TCG Player.
that went down fast.
Can you,
I think I saw people trying to sell for 120 euros yesterday.
yeah, $75 is the lowest. A lot of people are selling them for right around 75. So
It
this
might
is a crazy time to
it
pick one
might
up.
have been had a large print run then.
I wonder whether or not it was. I mean, I've been watching a few case openings, but not like a ton. I've yet to see anybody pull one. So
There,
I
yeah. You go ahead.
oh, I was just saying, like, I'm just not sure, like, what they plan to do, because, like, I don't think it would be a smart idea for them to like make a super high increased print run of Crown of Providence. I feel like it should be in there just at the same rate as every other legendary, and you know, make it happen, because like there's already an entire set that has Crown of Providence in there. I do wonder though whether or not, because Crown of Providence got I didn't even check. I wonder if Crown of Providence's reprint has changed the price of Uprising boxes.
I could also have a look.
It's $80 for an Uprising booster box right now.
Yeah, but I'm gonna. Alright, Crown of Providence, Rainbow Fall. Oh man, so
Yeah, it dropped heavy.
it the expensive. So a month ago was that around 280 euros, and now recent, the most recent sold was 180.
Mm-hmm.
So it's lost like 100 euros of value in like 2 weeks, or yeah,
And
a month. That's 4 weeks.
the good news is though is that the cold foils are keeping their price, and I think increasing even still. So that is very cool if you have a cold foil Crown of Providence. But um, just like I feel like Uprising is going to have an interesting time trying to get, I don't know, kind of like back into it, because
I think the boxes are probably gonna go down a bit. Stay.
yeah,
I think a lot of the boxes will probably just stay around 60 euros, and it's fine. Maybe some will
right,
dip below that. Um, like Everfest also said that that's priced really low, but there are so many good Majestics in that set.
mm-hmm.
But people just hate opening it because of the potions.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think to wrap it up a bit, I've amazing box, really happy with it. Gonna see if I'm gonna brew anything for this afternoon. And yeah, good. Regardless of how this went, I think Fab 2.0 is showing that it's doing what it has to do. Have it keep legendaries affordable, but have cooler versions for collectors, and the and reprints are doing what they are supposed to. Crown of Province dropping pretty hard because everyone just has to have one at this point.
right,
And you're like you said, you see the Rainbow Fall going down, but the cold fall had like a little dip, but it's like 20 euros. It's still like a 400 euro card,
yeah,
and that's what you want, right?
yeah. I think overall, Dusk Till Dawn is it's continuing to be a really really power set. I mean, a lot of people are still chasing the serialized cards, but even if you're not getting serialized cards, the cards inside of them, the legendaries, are all super powerful for the classes that they want them in. You have of course, more marvels. Everybody loved the marvels from Uprising, so I feel like that was also a very beautiful touch
Yeah,
to get that added in. And then, not to mention, right? Obviously, people want the not on just top of the cold foils, but Levia herself is a pretty popular card that people are going to want, because she's going to be the reason why Levia hits top tables. So
I think if also hello, Coast. Good morning. Yeah, these are really good pulls. I've got my value out of this with a landslide.
oh, for sure.
If Levia does good this weekend, this card is gonna be massively expensive
Hmm.
because Levia has always. I've at every high event I've been, like Pro Tours, callings, there have always been like a few Levia players doing their best, and they often like get caught at some point by like the meta decks. But there's so much power in that deck, which was always constrained by the hero, and this solves that.
Yeah, yeah, and it's she's just strong. She does a lot of things that like keep her effective and efficient, And I mean, even still, like, I mean, this is one of those cards that like you're gonna need in Levia, and it is $71 as of right now
Yeah.
for the base version of it. So like, you know, it's gonna be one of those things where if again, you know, people are probably gonna be like, oh well, you know, if you need to be at the top tables, you just spend like hundreds of dollars. Like, no, I don't think you do. You just need to be better, I guess. Like, I don't think Levia Redeemed or Blasphemous Levia Consumed is like the end all be all. It's not like she's invincible now, but
No.
she will be proving a huge problem for illusionists,
Yeah.
and that was why illusionists couldn't do much into the meta last time, because Oldhim would just pop their shit and then just do whatever the hell he wants. And now Brutes can do the same thing, except Levia wants her cards in the grave so that she doesn't get the blood debt. And on top of it, she can eventually, when she gets things through from blood debt, she can then transform herself essentially and
Yeah.
do some insane stuff where she's now, you know, able to chuck things out from her banish. Now that I think about it, I think the Blasphemous might actually be a little bit more powerful depending on your build. I think Levi Redeemed
I
could
think,
be good
I think these
in
are two
like
different
control.
builds. Yeah, I think these are two
Yeah.
different builds. Also, funny enough, this is the first out of game action we have.
Right.
Also, so you didn't with Blasphemous. I guess you do you know how this interaction works with the blood debt?
Yeah, I believe it's because blood debt is technically you get pinged for 1 damage every single time.
Yeah.
Whenever you do your blood debt. So essentially, it's not like you need to go below. If you're at 15 life and you have 7 cards that have blood debt and you're banished, your first 2 are going to tick, and then you're going to get transformed into Blasphemous, which will then turn off the rest of your blood debt stuff there.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Also, with the life, your life gets set to this value.
Yeah.
So Levia Redeemed has less life. So if you're down on life, or you heal back up, because this always triggers, Consumed always triggers on 13. Either it triggers on 13, or you get dealt damage and you die.
None of these are May ability. Blasphemous not a May ability, is he?
When May transform. Last one is a May.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah, you may.
I don't think why you wouldn't, but you may.
Well, I was more so curious to see whether or not because
the funny thing is, when you transform into this, your regular Levia card goes into your soul.
Yep. Yeah, you do have a soul. This is the first shadow hero with a soul. Also, fun fact, that does say shadow. So now she is just a shadow hero. But the brute cards you can still use. Because obviously you can't just like take them out of the deck.
Yeah, that's something that came up, like I think in Tales of Aria or something with the elements.
Right.
If you would lose a trait off of your hero, that doesn't matter because you make your deck in deck construction, and
Exactly.
And if it's legal at that point, it's all good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, very interesting interactions with a lot of these new cards, but I think I'm curious to see who's going to break New Prism first. Somebody will. I'm certain of it.
There are definitely people gonna try.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be interesting to see how these all play out. I think I'm not scared of Bolton still. No. And Levia, I'm definitely more terrified of than Prism personally. But Vincent, I think Vincent is really going to be like a you got it or you don't, right? Like if your hands turn out to be really really good and you're able to generate rune chants as quickly as you can put rune gate cards into banish, I think you're going to be better off with it. I mean, you get to create a rune chant at the beginning of your turn every turn, so you're already working on something there. There's a lot you have access to, like Mauvern Skies and Mordred Tide and all those other things. So
I don't
uh,
think you play Mordred Tide because there aren't that many effects you have that make a rune chance.
that's true. I guess. Well, I mean, you're probably gonna run. Well, you have what, like that envelop in darkness makes a rune chant.
Yeah, but
Your
I think instead of Mordred Tide, you just run more more cards like Funeral Moon that that actively do the thing you're trying to do.
I see. That makes sense. I mean, it's probably more effective. Yeah. I mean,
Because
at least you got more different heads.
yeah, because probably the Mordred Tide would make one rune chant, which this also does.
Right.
Because Vincent is at the start of the turn, like it's not during your turn.
Hmm.
I think it was that because then you could, if it was during your turn, go Mordred Tide, do Vincent, get through Grasp. You would make a lot more basically. But Revel and Broomblood is going to be a really good card for Vincent.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's going to be an issue where Vincent needs to figure out how to get the Gogin she needs.
Right.
I think there are plenty of cards in older sets. Meet and Greet, Rip Through Reality from Monarch. That's like a common.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a 2 for 4 Gogin. Oh, but only if you have dealt arcane damage. Hey,
Which
I have a rune chant.
unpreventable rune blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I think we can go on for this for like another hour, but I think we've done all the rambling we've needed to do. Thank you very much for joining me in this Marvel Legendary adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. This has been super fun. I'm happy you got all like a ton of the pulls you've wanted, and luckily, you definitely made your case back.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Yeah, and except for like Bolton and Prism, honestly, the light majestics, uh, the light class majestics are really disappointing in the set, or kind of mid. Everything
Hmm.
I've opened from like the generic pile, the shadow hero piles have been very exciting. So there's a lot of exciting cards in this set, and I think a lot of people will enjoy opening this set.
Hmm.
All right, everyone, thanks for watching this early or late, depending on your time zone. And I do these streams irregularly. I usually upload on Wednesdays, but it's whenever I have time. You, Ash, do you want to call yourself out where they can find you and what you do?
Yeah. I am over at Ashen Wings TCG. That's Ashen Wings with a Z at the end. TCG. And you can find me doing a bunch of commoner content on my channel. I like to focus on the budget formats and the intro level stuff for new players and kind of get that all set up and going. I just made a video recently about going an overview of the common cards and how I kind of would rate them in a commoner perspective. But we like to talk all things about Flesh and Blood and other TCGs sometimes as well. So feel free to pop on by, and I'd love to see you guys there.
All right, thanks very much, and everyone have a good opening weekend and good luck on your pulls.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.